Day 15. I forgot SD cards driving back to get them. We're shooting for a client for a program that's supposed to start running tomorrow. And a bunch of the footage wasn't working, so we're having to reshoot it today. There were certain things we couldn't shoot until today, so we're shooting all that now, and then I have to edit it all together and get that all done today so it can run tomorrow. So today's blog might be a little short. So this isn't my first time to go 40 days without eating and just juicing. Naked juice has probably been a part of every single time I've done this, and I've lost track of how many times I've done it. I've done it at least 5 times. I want to say I've done it 6 or 7 times, but I don't know. So let's say 5 or 6. I started first time, I think it was 2008. I did 40 days. I made a lot of juice then, and I felt great afterwards. I started running. Actually, I started training for a marathon then. I started having trouble with my IT band and quit. I gained a whole bunch of weight back. It was really depressing. I tried to get back in shape and ruptured my Achilles tendon, and that set me back even further, and I gained even more weight. And then I did another long one, and it was like a reboot. And that's when I figured out, after I did the second time, that, wow, this is a great reboot, and I can actually do it a second time. You wonder if you can do it a first time, and you just, after you do it, you think, well, I did that, and now I'll never do it again. And then it comes around again, and you do it the second time, and you realize, oh, this is a great reboot for me. And so now it's become something that I do annually. And for me, it's literally like hitting the reset button or turning the computer off and on or buying something new. Or for me, it's better than New Year's, it's better than birthday, it's better than everything else in terms of the time of the year when I say, I'm going to redo, I'm going to restart, because you're doing this long, grueling, difficult thing. You think it's going to be long, grueling, and difficult anyway. And then you get into the middle of it and you start to feel great. And you realize, oh, difficult, challenging things, if we'll just commit to them, sometimes start new habits and puts us on an entirely new trajectory or gets us doing the things we want to do. And so on top of not eating and drinking naked juice, I said I want to give myself a creative challenge. So I'm going to make a blog every single day about this. And I watched the first couple and they weren't very good. I was bored watching them. And then I realized I need to make little films every day about what's going on in my life in the midst of doing all of this crazy 40-day fast. So that's what it's turned into. So some days will be a little bit better films, some days will be worse. I'm gonna try out different things. And to be honest, I'm getting used to filming myself in public. I realize there are guys, Casey Neistat and other folks, they vlog themselves all the time and it's what they do and the thing they sort of do. I've made hundreds of videos for people over the years. And I've even been in front of the camera, but I've never just filmed myself all the time for 40 days. And so figuring out what to say, figuring out how you're going to make the film, figuring out all of this, how this whole thing is going to work for you, is a little bit of a creative challenge, which is nice because I think fasting shouldn't be about what you don't do. I think it should be about what you do with the time you save because of the thing you're not doing. I know some people go off social media or quit Facebook for long periods of time, or they decide they're not going to watch TV, or they won't eat sugar, or they, only read books, or they stop doing lots of things just as a discipline in their lives, or just because they feel like that thing's starting to take over for them. And I think all of those things are great, but it's not about what you're not doing in life. It's about what you are doing. And so use that time that you're not on Facebook to do something else. And I think the best thing to do is use that time to create. We consume so much and so often in our lives. And so much of our life becomes about consumption and about finding the thing and finding the next thing and finding the next thing. I think we need to make life more about creating. And I think at the end of our lives, when we look back, the things that we created, the family we created, the relationships we created, the businesses, the art, the music, whatever it is that we're creating, I think those are the things that we'll look back on and we'll say, those are the things that made my life. And those are the things that we look back on that are the things that we have the most satisfaction out of, and the things that really live on beyond us, or that impact our children or the generations beyond us. That's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully these are getting better. I'm trying.